Nicole Neily was at that Senate hearing today. GOP senators really lit into the school officials allowing sexually explicit school books and pornography in school libraries. We're going to find out what happened on the Evening Edit. Well, look who's here. Nicole Neily from Parents Defending Education. Nicole, it's great to have you on. First, we want to deal with this. Scott Smith, you know, he was arrested at that Loudoun County School Board meeting in June 2021. He really was just trying to speak out about the sexual assault of his teenage daughter in a school bathroom by a transgender student. But you know what? The media has been ratcheting this up as if, you know, school board parents are domestic terrorists. The White House has gone after that, too. What's been reported is not really the truth of what's been what happened. Let's listen to this. Watch.
I was sitting in my little area, and a radical protester came, and I heard this shouting behind me, and I turned around, and it was my wife and her. I didn't even know my wife was there. So I stepped in, tried to explain to this lady what was going on. She looked at me dead in the face and said, "That's not true. That's not what happened. You're lying." They used me to silence moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas and everybody else that we're starting this movement to protect our children and stand up for our rights, you know, to protect our children and say what we think's right for them. You know, what this was all about is my free speech. You know, that should not have happened that day.
It should not have happened. He shouldn't have been arrested. What do you say, Nicole?
He should not have been arrested. You'd think that a soft on crime Soros DA would use her prosecutorial discretion to show a little bit of empathy. But no, it turns out that he checked the wrong identity boxes and they tried to make an example of him. And it wasn't just this DA. As you said, it was the National School Boards Association. It was the FBI. It was Merrick Garland. Shame on all of them for mocking a father who just wanted to speak up and defend his child. And this DA, it should be noted, put a gag order on him so he couldn't even speak out about what happened to his daughter. And then that child moved to a different school and assaulted another student. And so real wrongdoing was done to this family and this community. And thank goodness Governor Youngkin stepped in to right the wrong.
Got it. Pardoned him. Absolute pardon. Nicole, so you were at that Senate hearing today. Let's watch what happened. You know, Senator John Kennedy, we're not going to show the viewer what he read into the Senate record. Really explicit pornographic stuff found in school libraries. That's outrageous. That's child abuse. Democrats complain about those books being banned, but that's not what's going on. That's also a lie. Watch what happened with Senator Kennedy and Graham. Watch this. They're really angry. Watch.
Mr. Secretary, what are you asking us to do? Are you suggesting that only librarians should decide? You came here with a problem, and I'm trying to understand the solution, and you don't have one.
Can a parent, a taxpayer, complain under this theory, or should they just shut up? Parents have a very limited role in life. Apparently, taxpayers have a very limited role in this area.
Why do parents have a limited role? Shouldn't parents be allowed to say, no, we don't want Playboy or X-rated stuff, and it is X-rated, we heard it, we understand what it is, it's not appropriate for elementary schools, period. How can anybody think that this is okay?
Well, certainly, you know, the Democrats called this hearing to try and demonize families, to intimidate and chill and scare them and bully them and say, you know what, sit down, shut up, we know better than you do how to raise your children. The hill that they chose to die on was putting filthy materials into elementary school classes, and it blew up in their faces. Of course we have a right to say what our children should or should not have access to. Yet what these Democrats are saying is it should be bodies like the American Library Association that makes those determinations, which, as a side note, is a nonprofit that receives money from the Soros Foundation, Arabella Advisors. It is not nonpartisan. There was someone from their intellectual freedom department who was on video talking about how, you know what, to get this stuff moving forward, we need to reframe it from an LGBT issue into a, you know, let's have children see what they want to see in these books issue. I have a 9-year-old boy. He doesn't want to read stuff like this. He wants to read about dragons and wizards. And so for them to say they know better than I do how to raise my child is a slap in the face. And that's why we're seeing families fight back.
Nicole Neily, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll stay on the story.